Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my southern kitchen. My name is Ellen. Have I got a treat for y'all? I'm going to spoil y'all with this recipe. Are y'all a fan of lemon and cheesecake? How does lemon cheesecake sound? Oh yes, sugar. So today we're going to make a lemon cheesecake completely from scratch. And my friends, it is so simple and easy to make. The bomb.com delicious, and it's going to be loaded with fresh lemon flavor. Everybody's going to love and enjoy this. And if y'all a lemon lover, this cheesecake will be calling your name. You'll be in lemon heaven. And I'll post the complete recipe along with the instructions down in the description box below. So grab your springform pan, your cream cheese, and your lemons, sugar, because we're about to bake some lemon cheesecake magic in my southern kitchen. Here we go. Alright, my friends, the first thing we're going to do is prep our lemons. On my cutting board, I have 4 large lemons. We need the zest and the juice. For the zest, we need a tablespoon. That's about 2 lemons. And for the juice, we need all 4 of the lemons for a half a cup of fresh lemon juice. So first, we're going to zest it using the finer texture on my box grater, or you can use a microplane. And make sure you zest the yellow and not the white, because the white will be bitter. Alrighty, I got my lemon zest. Going to put it on my measuring spoon. Going to set this aside. Now it's time to juice them. Going to roll it up, and rolling it will give it a nice juicy lemon. Cut it in half, and we're going to squeeze it into my measuring cup and mesh strainer. The mesh strainer will help catch the seeds. Okie dokie, our lemons are complete. Got my half a cup of fresh lemon juice and my lemon zest right there. We are ready to make the cheesecake. Let's get started with the classic Graham Cracker Crust. We need 1 3/4 cup of Graham Cracker crumbs. That is 14 sheets of graham crackers. I'm going to grind them into my blender, or you can use a food processor or place them in a Ziploc bag and crush them up using a rolling pin. Or you can just skip this step and use store-bought graham cracker crumbs. Going to cover it and grind it into fine crumbs. Alrighty, I got my graham crackers right here. Nice and fine crumbs. That looks great. Now we're going to pour it into my large bowl. To sweeten it, we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of white sugar and 5 tablespoons of unsalted butter that I melted and cooled. Give it a stir until it's well combined. The mixture will turn into wet sand. Alright, my friends, our crust is complete. See how nice and sandy that is? Perfect. We are ready to pour it into our springform pan. I am using a 9-inch springform pan that I lined with aluminum foil. And the foil will help protect the cheesecake when we bake it later in the water bath. Going to press the bottom down using my hand. And using a measuring cup, we're just going to flatten the sides like so. Voila, perfect graham cracker crust. Now we're going to pre-bake it. Oven's preheated to 350 degrees. Going to let it bake for 10 minutes. Alright, my friends, I am through baking my crust. And it smells so good. Now we're going to let it cool. And while it's cooling, let's make the best part of the cheesecake, the filling. We're going to make the lemon sugar. In my blender, we're going to add in 1 1/4 cups of white sugar. And our lemon zest, again, that's a tablespoon. We're going to cover it and pulse it 12 times. And our lemon sugar is done. It's nice and crumbly. Excellent. Now we're going to pour it into our bowl. Going to pour it into my bowl of a stand mixer with a paddle attachment, or you can use a large bowl using an electric hand mixer. And into our lemon sugar, we're going to add in 4 8-ounce blocks, which is 32 ounces of full-fat cream cheese at room temperature. Going to cream these together on medium speed until they're fluffy. Make sure you scrape the bowl occasionally. To our cream cheese and sugar mixture, we're going to add in our fresh lemon juice. Again, that's a half a cup. Next, we're going to add in a third of a cup of full fat sour cream at room temperature. Going to give our cheesecake a little extra body. 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract and 1 teaspoon of pure lemon extract. Mix these together until they're well incorporated. All right, my friends, now it's time to add in our last ingredient, our eggs. We're going to add in 3 extra large eggs at room temperature, one at a time, beating after each egg. All right, last egg, and keep on mixing until it's well blended. Be careful not to overmix. All right, my friends, our filling is done. Look how luscious and whipped that is. That looks great. Oh, I just love the smell of lemon. And that's the secret to a perfect cheesecake. All your ingredients at room temperature. Your eggs, your sour cream, and cream cheese. No lumps here. So now our Graham Cracker Crust is nice and cooled. We're ready to pour in the filling. And off camera, I placed my crust onto a 9 by 13 inch baking pan. We're going to add in some hot water. And that's the purpose of the foil. It will protect our cheesecake while it's baking. It won't sip in the batter. This is what you call a water bath. Alrighty, now we are ready to put this beautiful cheesecake in the oven. We're going to bake it at the same temperature we baked the crust on, 350 degrees. Going to let it bake for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And I'll bring you back. All right, my friends, our cheesecake is done baking. So now I turn my oven off and I open the oven door slightly. We're going to leave it alone. Let it sit in the water bath for another hour. My friends, look at this beautiful cheesecake. And you see it didn't crack on top? That's the beauty of the water bath. I just taken it out of the oven and remove it from the water bath and the aluminum foil. And it smells heavenly up in this kitchen. So now we're going to let the cheesecake cool completely to room temperature. And as soon as it cools, I'll bring you back. All right, my friends, our cheesecake is nice and cooled. Now we're going to add in 3/4 of a cup of lemon curd. And this is my homemade lemon curd I made on my last video. I'll post the link to that recipe down in the description box below. That was a half a cup. Now we're going to add 1/4 of a cup, and that's 3/4 of a cup in total. And using my offset spatula, we're just going to spread the lemon curd evenly all over the top of the cheesecake. Now we're going to place the cheesecake in the refrigerator and let it chill and set overnight. And I'll see you tomorrow. All right, my friends, it's the next day, and off camera, I removed the springform pan rim, and it looks gorgeous with the lemon curd. But there's a couple of more things we got to add to it. Some fresh whipped cream, and we're going to pipe it using my open star tip. And this is my whipped cream recipe. I'll put the recipe to that down in the description box below. We're going to pipe it all around the edges of the cheesecake. And last but not least, we're going to add on some lemon slices right in the middle of the whipped cream. Just like that. OMG, so pretty and gorgeous. There you have it, my friends. Lemon cheesecake. Don't that look good? What a beautiful yellow sunshine. The perfect treat for spring and summer. So now I'm about to cut me up a slice and then we'll give it a taste. All right, my friends, I got me a nice southern slice of lemon cheesecake right here, and I added on a fresh mint leaf. Now it's time for the best part, the tasting. Here we go. Look at that. Please have a bite. Creamy, dreamy, decadent, and tart. And the graham cracker crust is perfectly cooked. Please don't skip the lemon curd. Really made a difference. Full of natural lemon flavor. This cheesecake is fabulous, my friends. Please give this recipe a try. This deserves another bite. Yum-o. Lemon cheesecake licious. My friends, many thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video recipe, please give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And for more Southern magic in my kitchen, hit that subscribe button and click on the bell so that way you'll be notified when my new videos come out. Also, follow me on social media, Facebook, Ellen's Homemade Delights, and Instagram at Ellen Delights. And please send me an email, ellenshomemadedelights@gmail.com. I would love to see your beautiful creations with my recipes. And I'll see you next time. Let's eat and much love.